We're here with Jesse Wafford, Digital Brand Manager for Bud Light, spearheading the eSports division at E3. Jesse, you guys just announced the Bud Light team. Talk about how that entire process came together and what those players are designed to do moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. We're really excited. So we just announced who they are. Really excited to get the guys out there. And when we came into the space, I think the biggest thing for us was really looking at the fans in the space. We've been in sports marketing for 25 years. We really understand that. And the cool thing for esports for us is the fandom there is so passionate. It's really cool. You go to an event and it just clicks that these guys, they love the players, they love the sport. And so for us, it was easy for us to understand that kind of passion. So when we got this idea, we wanted to come in and feel a way to empower that fan base. So we nominated 20 guys across 5 different games. We put it out on Twitter to vote, and over 5 weeks we had the fans vote who they wanted to be on this all-star group. And today we just announced those 5 guys, and really what we want to do is showcase those guys as celebrities and ambassadors for the esports space, elevate them and make sure that they're getting kind of the recognition that they deserve as true athletes and celebrities in the space. And then we're going to do some custom content with them over the summer. We'll be doing some cool streams on Twitch on our channel, and then ultimately at TwitchCon we're going to do a big activation with them as well.
And we're at the Twitch booth right now, and you guys have some activations set up with as well as part of the partnership. What are some things that fans can look out to on the Bud Light channels, Bud Light Twitch channels moving forward? Yeah,
so we're really excited to have these guys doing some live streams. So obviously these guys are, the fans love them for their live streams on Twitch, and they're known for that a lot. So we want to kind of have them doing that and giving some surprises for fans. We're always going to look for ways that fans can connect with these guys better. It's all about how can we give fans better experiences with these players. And so we're going to be doing some pretty cool stuff. We've got some surprises coming for the fans and for the players on these streams to kind of elevate it a little bit and kind of take it to the next level.
So Bud Light, I mean, everyone knows Bud Light, official beer sponsor of the NFL, has been around, has been in sports for decades. And you guys went into esports officially over the last couple of months. For anyone that doesn't know, why did Bud Light get into esports?
I mean, I think Bud Light, it stands for sports, no matter what field they're played on, if it's ice, dirt, or if it's on digital gridiron. And so for us, we want to go where the real fans are and where passionate fans are. And like I said, when you go to these events or you interact with these fans, it's unreal. The passion is just crazy there. And so for us, we want to go anywhere that fans are. And you'll see here at E3, you see it at any of these events. They're here. They're hungry for more content. They're hungry for more experiences, and we're just happy to be a part of it.
Now, going in the last couple months, what have been some of the key things you've learned from the gamers, the audience? What's the type of feedback you're getting back from the gamers yourself?
It's been really positive. It's been great so far. I think the key learnings for us are making sure that you're partnering with the right people in the space. Make sure you understand it really well. So we've worked with Twitch really closely from the beginning as one of our big partners, Machinima from a content perspective, and just making sure that you really understand and listen to the feedback. These fans are so passionate. They'll call you out if you're being inauthentic. But if you do it right, they're so loyal and they're so passionate. So just making sure you're taking feedback and you're doing it right, and you're coming in, you're being humble. And for us as a brand, we understand sports marketing, but we're new to the gaming space, and we understand that, and we want to partner with people who've been here forever, like Twitch, from the beginning of it, so that we're making sure that we're doing it in the right way.
And we're at E3. You see a lot of brands like T-Mobile, Doritos. There's a lot of non-endemic brands that are getting involved with esports. From what you've learned, what would you say your advice is to someone, to a brand considering jumping into this space? How would you tell them? How would you advise them to test those waters?
I mean, I think first thing is make sure you're really experiencing it. There are parallels to traditional sports, but there are also really unique things about the space. And so the best thing I can say is always go to an esports event. They're phenomenal. They're so well produced. Interact with the fans. Get to understand who that kind of consumer base is. And make sure that you're doing it in the right way. There's a lot of opportunity for brands that come in and add value, but you got to make sure that you are adding value and you're coming in, you're being authentic, you're listening to the fans, you're listening to the people who've been in the space for a long time to make sure that you're doing it right.
And you've had your finger on the pulse of the industry for a while. What do you most get out of it? What do you think? How do you think it's going to move forward There's a lot of projections. There's a lot of big numbers, big expectations. Where do you think it's headed?
I mean, I think we've seen the growth kind of year over year is phenomenal, and I'm excited to see where it goes. It's honestly hard to know where the ceiling is. I think it's exciting. I think part of the reason we have this program is we want to elevate that kind of core base that's already there. But ultimately, there are a lot of video game consumers in the U.S. who may not know that they're esports fans yet. So we kind of view this program as a way to say, hey, here's a framework that you can understand All-Stars, Bud Light, sports marketing from us. And hopefully they kind of look at our program and say, oh, that's really unique. I want to look at that piece of content. Then they start to watch these guys stream, and then they start to go, you know what, esports is actually a passion point for me. I've been playing video games forever, and I never knew that esports was around, and it's this big, and it is kind of it's the next wave of sports for some of these guys who are gamers.
And with you having a seat at the table, how do you want Bud Light to own the video game audience going forward? What do you think it's possible, and what are some cool tech innovations that you think you can bring into it as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think for us, it's all about the fanhood. I think we want to make sure that when we come in, we're activating for the fans. It's where our brand kind of sits in other sports as well. We don't need to be the brand that's on stage with these guys when they're playing. But we definitely want to be there when they're celebrating off the stage, when the fans are watching at home, or when they're in the stands celebrating and watching these guys with a Bud Light. From an innovation perspective, I think there's a lot of cool things. Twitch is a really innovative platform. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do with live streaming. I think we're starting to see some of the cool content creators and coming in, and how you can really utilize live streaming as a cool interaction with the live chat, how you can bring fans more directly into it. The best way I can describe is, these streamers, they go online, and they're streaming their games, they're chatting with these guys. It's like if LeBron would go home, shoot free throws, and then chat with you as he's doing it. And that's the kind of personal interaction these guys are getting from these players. And so being able to use that and really tap into that, I think it's so exciting for brands, and you can do really unique, cool, and authentic stuff with that.
There you have it, guys. That's why Bud Light's in esports. Make sure to check them out on Twitch. What's the Twitch channel?
It's twitch.com/Bud Light.
There you have it, guys.